Rafizi Ramli has refused to back down, saying that taking a break now would only reward those behind the attack on his son. Meanwhile, Farhash has denied rumors linking him to the attack. While protests over a flag blunder in Penang may have ended, the clash between UMNO youths Akmal Saleh and LFL Zaid Malik shows no sign of cooling down. Stay tuned for the full story. Amid calls for him to take a break, Pandan MP Rafizi Ramli has vowed to press on. In a video posted on his Facebook today, he said life and responsibilities must go on and he will not bow to threats.
Saya bukanlah tidak ada hati perut dan pentingkan politik semata-mata dalam keadaan sekarang. Tetapi matlamat ugutan terhadap keluarga saya ialah supaya saya putus asa dan duduk diam-diam. Kalau saya tidak meneruskan rutin dan tanggungjawab seperti biasa, maka tercapailah matlamat mereka itu.
2 days ago, Rafizi's son was stabbed with a syringe by masked attackers in black at a mall car park in Putrajaya. The assault happened as Rafizi, his wife and son were getting into their car. He revealed his son now needs regular medical tests to check if any harmful substance was injected. Tonight, Rafizi will address the incident in his podcast with PKR's Ampang MP Rodzia Ismail and an education activist. They'll also discuss Malaysia's wider bullying culture, which is a growing concern following the recent death of 13-year-old student Zara Karina Mahathir in Sabah. Meanwhile, Farhash Wafa Salvador has denied rumors linking him to the attack on Rafizi's son. When contacted by Malaysia Kini and asked for a response to the allegations, which have picked up momentum, he only had a one-word response, which was crazy. Yesterday, Rafizi had said that the attack against his son could be linked to his recent meeting with a group of whistleblowers with information on a scandal that implicated a certain individual. Rafizi suggested this after tracing on what may have triggered the incident. However, he said he would leave it to the police to determine whether there was a direct link. Rafizi did not name any individual, but in recent weeks, he had called on the MACC to open an investigation paper against Farhash, whose name was allegedly linked to a coal mining scandal. In his press conference, Rafizi had also revealed that threatening messages were sent to his wife following the attack. He stated that while he had investigated numerous cases in the past, this was the first time he or his family had been targeted with threats, and in this instance, the threats were aimed at his wife. Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim has instructed law enforcement agencies to take strong action against those who incite hatred in the country. He said this in a speech at a civil service assembly in Putrajaya today. Anwar cited recent incidents that revolved around the death of Form 1 student Zara Karina Mahathir in Sabah and the Jalo Gamilang blunders. He said these issues had been used by certain quarters as agendas to heighten political sentiments by undermining and punishing others without being based on truth and facts.
Sebab itu, saya ingin menggesa dan beri arahan yang jelas kepada badan penguasaan. Ada sahaja mana-mana unsur, tokoh besar atau tokoh kecil, tokoh politik atau masyarakat, termasuk rakyat awam, yang terlibat dalam jenayah ugutan, hasutan seperti ini, saya ingin tegaskan di sini, ya, sudahlah. Oleh itu hari ini bukan amaran, hari ini bukan teguran, hari ini saya menyatakan untuk menyelamatkan negara ini tindakan tegas mesti dan wajib diambil. Kalau ada rakan-rakan yang mempunyai amanah tidak bersedia, mereka beritahu saya, kita tukar mereka, ambil orang yang berprinsip, tegas dan berani bertindak. Ini bukan saingan populariti, bukan saingan siapa yang lebih popular, siapa yang sanggup menarik minat rakyat. Ini soal menyelamatkan negara.
From now on, you can also listen to KiniNews on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Scan the QR code on the screen to follow us. Bring it on! This was the message from UMNO Youth Chief Dr. Akmal Saleh in response to Penang DAP Youth's call to sever political ties with him. In a short post on Facebook, Akmal stated that cutting ties with him would mean cutting ties with UMNO Youth, which by extension would also mean cutting ties with UMNO itself. He also attached a screenshot of a news article regarding Penang DAP Youth's call, issued earlier this morning. Penang DP youth had made the call in response to Akmal's actions regarding the upside-down flag incident. Yesterday, Akmal had organized a protest against a hardware store owner in Kepala Batas, Penang. The protest, which saw the participation of about 300 people, took place after Akmal had threatened to show up at the store if authorities did not file charges against the owner by Wednesday. The store owner had previously hung a jalur gemilang upside down outside his store, which led to outrage from Akmal. After the incident, he explained that he was measuring the length of an iron pole while hanging the national flag and did not notice that the flag was upside down. He stated that upon realizing the mistake, he immediately corrected the flag. Police have confirmed that an investigation into the incident is ongoing and have urged all parties to remain patient. The call by Penang DAP Youth for its national leadership to cut political ties with Akmal was made this morning. This was following Akmal's protest against the hardware store owner. In a statement, it said Akmal's actions are getting overboard and his methods are becoming a clear and present danger to national harmony and the rule of law. It said the UMNO youth chief did not only act against the coalition government's inclusive principle, but had also incited racial sentiments and undermined public confidence in the government's ability to maintain the country's stability. He accused him of acting like a gangster, endangering public order and the public's freedom to do business. Penang DAP youth stated that Akmal was abusing the issue as a cheap political stunt for his personal political mileage. It stressed that when a politician is allowed to act unlawfully while he continues to incite racial hatred, Malaysia will become a country that is scary for its own citizens. The protests in Penang over the upside-down jalur gemilang may have ended. However, Akmal and LFL director Zaid Malik are still engaging in a war of words over it. Last night, Akmal went on Facebook to hit out at Zaid's group, who had held a counter-rally against him. He said they hailed the people who hung Malaysia's flag upside down as a hero, but regarded those defending the flag as acting like Zionists. Akmal attached a photo of Zaid and his group during the rally, where a participant was seen holding a placard that read, "Do not act like Zionists." Zaid hit back fast, branding Akmal as a coward. Zaid stated that after running away instead of facing him in person, Akmal only dared to talk badly about him on social media. He accused Akmal of using the group of protesters to intimidate him, the store owner, and others who stand up against gangster politics. He also claimed that Akmal left instead of calming things down when protesters berated LFL members. Yesterday, over 100 protesters, including UMNO and Bersatu Youth Wings members, gathered in Kepala Batas, Penang in a rally to educate the hardware store owner on how to put up a jalur gemilang properly. At the same time, LFL also brought its group to protect the hardware store owner, Pang Chin Tian, from harassment. If you like the stories we produce, consider supporting us by subscribing to Malaysia Kini. Click the link in the description below or scan the QR code on your screen to subscribe. The Attorney General's Chambers has dismissed claims that Anwar Ibrahim should be disqualified as an MP and Prime Minister. In a statement last night, it said this was because the royal pardon granted by the 15th Yang di-Pertuan Agong stated that Anwar had been fully pardoned and regarded as a person who had never committed any offence. It added that if any part wanted to challenge the election of an MP, they need an election petition filed within the time frame set out under Section 38 of the Election Officers Act 1954. The AGC said that it respects the right of any individual to file an action in court. It added that in this matter, the Court of Appeal in the case of Anwar Ibrahim versus Khairul Azam Abdulaziz decided that the King has the power to grant a pardon in respect of a conviction and sentence. The statement came following a suit filed by former Minister P. Waita Murthy, who is seeking to nullify Anwar's election as Pandan MP and his appointment as Prime Minister. On August 12, Waita Murthy filed an originating summons in the High Court seeking a declaration that Anwar's appointment as Prime Minister on November 24, 2022 was unconstitutional, null and void. He is also seeking a declaration that Anwar's election as Pandan MP in the 15th general election was also unconstitutional, null and void. Yesterday, protests were held over the recent mistake involving the Malaysian flag. Over 100 protesters, including UMNO and Bersatu Youth Wings members, gathered in Kepala Batas, Penang in a rally to educate the hardware store owner on how to put up a jalur gemilang properly. LFL had also brought its group to protect the hardware store owner from harassment. This came despite police urging everyone to cancel the gatherings. We carried out a poll to find out what people thought about the issue and the instructions from the police to cancel the rallies. Here are the results. 53% of voters said that the police are right and safety comes first, so it would be best to avoid potential clashes. 25% said rallies are important for standing up for what's right. Meanwhile, 20% said that the right to assemble should be respected, however, safety concerns shouldn't be ignored. One voter who commented said that it would be slow to rely on authorities and that gathering would not lead to chaos. They stressed that peaceful gatherings are possible. Meanwhile, another voter brought up the past mistake by pass on the flag and questioned why no gathering was held then. What are your thoughts on the matter? Share them in the comment section below. Before we go, let's take a look at more headlines from today. That is all from me today. For more stories, you can go to Kinitv.com. You can also follow us on Instagram, X, YouTube, and Facebook for the latest news updates. I'm Camelia. Thanks for watching.